Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing about the city creation. So one of the person told that basically, actually what actually the nuclear power plant is. Is there any relationship between the Russian nuclear power plant and the Indian nuclear power plant? Then one of the person told that basically there are basically big relationship basically. There is a big relationship. So one of the person told that basically. They assume that basically there are 221 countries in this world basically, right? Then he told that yes, basically. In this 220 country basis, 221 basically, 221 countries basically are there in this world basically. So in this world basically, if 221 countries basically are there, whole world basically, all world or whole world basically are connected with the nuclear power plant. For example, Indian nuclear power plant is connected with the whole world basically. Whole world. If anything is happening in the Indian nuclear power plant, that is 100% going to affect to the whole world basically. One day. That day basically will be the time basically. Time machine basically it's called basically. Same as this basically. In Chennai basically we got the some tsunami basically got the heavy rainfall also basically happened. That tsunami is basically going to connect to whole world one day, and that is basically the time machine of the nuclear power plant and the satellite group base. So that basically is the chain basically. So one of the person told that this nuclear power plant and this India power plant how basically are connected with the Chennai group basically, that is Chennai city basically who got the tsunami basically. So this is story basically. I will explain this in story basically so that basically it's easy to understand basically. Here basically I'm not going personally basically that this company basically rejected me and that's why basically this group rejected, Russia rejected, Canada rejected. That I'm not going personally basically. I'm just explaining basically how the things. For example, Chennai basically got tsunami. So it's going to connect to whole world one day basically. That is 100% sure. And that is basically the time machine of satellite and nuclear power plant. So one of the person told that basically when Chennai basically got the tsunami basically, that time which all are the nuclear power plant basically was connected with the Chennai city basically. That is the Chennai power plant basically. Then he told that data basically we don't have basically. We don't keep that type of data basically. That power company and nuclear power company basically might be having. So he told that yes basically. That basically is the data basically that you need to collect basically. That how many nuclear power plant basically was connected with the Chennai basically. And that was the power basically which is going to circulate to whole world, and it's going to filter to the 221 world basically. Up to 221 world. Assume basically that. Chennai basically got the tsunami, right? Basically. So there assume that basically one was basically the the Chennai nuclear power plant, and assume basically that uh, assume basically that one group basically is disconnect basically the Russian nuclear power plant also basically. They also basically given the data to the Chennai city basically. So like this basically the Chennai power plant, Chennai nuclear power plant basically is also basically connected. Like this basically the tsunami happened. Air circulation happened basically, right? After that basically Chennai data basically moved to assume basically see I am not going to sequence wise basically. Not going sequence in the earth planet wise basically. Assume that basically that diverted to the USA. So in USA basically what happened? The ice tsunami happened. Why? That time basically the power plant which was connected with the USA, that was basically something else combination basically. There what happened basically, whatever the Chennai basically data was connected, that same data basically connect here basically, and that connected to ice basically, that connected to to the ICE data basically. I will take one example. Chennai basically assume that 150 data basic 150 countries data was there basically. It connected to that same data basically connected to the USA basically. That time 150 is also there basically, plus other data basically got added here. This is one possibility. Another possibility is they basically Chennai group basically the power pump company basically who given the tsunami and the each and everything basically and the disaster, they left there only that data basically, and then basically that basically few data basically which was connected with the Chennai group basically, that data basically connected to the Russian group basically. That's sorry USA basically. So USA also basically change happened basically of the same Chennai group basically. So Chennai data basically shifted to the USA basically. Few data basically. Entire one possibility is entire data, another possibility is few data basically. Due to that few data basically the ice tsunami happened basically there. Now same thing basically few earthquake also basically happened basically in USA. We will take basically any earthquake basically is happened basically in USA. United is there basically. But USA is not written about. Mexico is there, Turkey is there, California is there. No? We will take example of California only. Northern California is there basically. So here basically country name is not given. And few basically time few were basically in few time data basically country name is given basically. So see basically the United States basically. So here also basically what happened, earthquake basically came. So tsunami also came of the ice, and then basically the earthquake also basically came. So that basically data connected here. Like this basically the whole world basically is circulating this everything basically in the whole world basically. So currently assume that basically Chennai data was connected with the whole going to connect with the whole world basically. Repeating the word, going to connect to the whole world. So same data basically gets circulates and the activation happens, and then basically lots of things basically process happens. So like this basically the Chennai data basically connected. It might possible that basically the Chennai basically which data got they got the data, it might have came from the some other side also basically. So like this basically the whole world basically 221 country basically is going to get this circulation basically. After that basically it again moves to the C location basically. That tsunami data basically will move to the C location. Again basically the another data basically will come, and in this between the break period is there or not basically, that need to check basically, or basically the continuous circulation basically keeps on going. So this is basically given name as a season. This name is given as a season of the world basically. So this is the chain circulation basically of the satellite group basically, and this will be that data basically. So this will be that data basically. So one of the person told that basically this data basically which is getting circulated basically, right? Basically, then he told that yes basically this data basically which gets circulates, that basically data which is getting circulate, next time basically the data will be totally different or it will be same basically. So he told that basically it will be totally different because same data will never get circulates basically. So he told that basically it basically occurs for 1 year basically, or it 6 months or 1 month basically. That need to check basically how basically they have done they have basically kept the time machine. So in next video basically we are going to see a little more about this.